2.5 minutes in. On the floor for Boston. They've got Portis. Hero out there with ball. Then there's Jonas Valanciunas. And it's Strus in at the small forward position.
And a little bit of showmanship from Ball on that slam, displaying some athletic ability.
Well, Greg, Boston didn't just win the title. They won their 18th NBA championship in style.
And no series went more than 5, going 16-3 in the postseason, Kevin. Half of those wins were by 15 or more. The Celtics really weren't even challenged during that title run. And here's a look at the stats for Jonas Valanciunas. Good season for him last year. And he was among the top 20 rebounders in the league. Never shy about throwing his weight around in the paint.
And a guy who rarely takes a bad shot. I love the way he plays, completely unselfish with the basketball. I think he'd rather pass it off than take a bad shot.
Dunks aren't always for the big fella.
A serious power move from the point.
Well, in this league, you can see powerful plays from anyone and anywhere. Your position no longer dictates your scoring options.
He takes advantage of them in every way possible.
And Greg, he lures them into a trap on the steal, and then bang, straight to the bucket.
Turning great defense into great offense. That's the kind of stop you're looking for.
Whatever drawbacks Lopez may have, scoring in the post isn't one of them. He is a nightmare for opposing defenses to deal with down low.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Robinson's checked in. Patrick Beverley, he's checked in for the Celtics. The shot. Valanciunas, good. Valanciunas has got 8.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Outside for Pippen. Takes the 3. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson.
The high basketball IQ of Klay Thompson, finding a better look there.
Out to the wing. Portis against Butler. The Celtics shooting their first free throws of the evening.
And they shot 81% from the line last season as a team, so you really can't find fault with what they're able to do there.
A different look for Dallas. Collins checked in for Lopez. Curry comes in for Jimmy Butler. And Stephen Curry subbed in for Thompson. The Celtics also changing it up. Reed, he's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Johnson comes in for Max Strus. And Ball subbed in for Tyler Hero.
And the D has gotten a little bit laxed here defending the triple.
Beverly against Pippen, and it's Beverly missing. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Outside for Curry, but Trey, that's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
I'll tell you what, I'm not sure these guys can keep this up.
Well, you expect there to be peaks and valleys, but you've got some excellent scores on both sides.
To the inside. Back to Collins. Outside Pippen. It's to Curry. Here's the 3. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And so it's the Dallas Mavericks heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we... And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for Dallas.
Well, the coaching staff's game plan is very clear. Move the ball on the perimeter and shoot the shots with no hesitation.
And also, guys, they're out-muscling their opponent. The points in the paint are piling up because of that aggressiveness.
Stan, peer through your coach's lens just a second for us, and what are you trying to accomplish early on in the season?
Well, I think, Kevin, there's so much player movement now. You've always got a lot of new guys. So, number one, you want to get everybody oriented into your system and the way that you do things. And then you're trying to figure out who are your best combinations on the floor, who starts, who comes off the bench, everybody's role. That takes time.
Oh, that's great insight. So with Thompson sitting on the bench, here's the 5 for Jason Kidd right now. Vincent is out there with Duncan Robinson. Then there's Stephen Curry. Then it's Pippen, and it's Collins in at center. Now Vincent, after Keldon Johnson missed from long range. Vincent. Rebound by Johnson. And so Beverly will bring it up for the Celtics. 7-point differential. Next step for them, the Knicks coming out here to play. And that game will kick off a 4-game homestand.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
That bucket in no time at all. Vincent's got himself on the board with 3 there.
12 straight points off of 3-pointers, and the D looks shell-shocked.
Pass to Dunn from the arc. That one falls, his second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a 3-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Out of their last 5 makes, how about all 5 from long range?
And that's a foul called on Zach Collins. That's his first foul. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Gabe Vincent. Jonas Valanciunas, he's checked in for Boston. Max Strus comes in for Patrick Beverly. Now, here's Ball. 9 points in the game so far. The offensive rebound. And another shot. Valanciunas. Persistence pays off as they finally hit a shot.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
And there's Collins on the assist by Robinson. And the Mavericks lead by 8.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Here's Reed. Collins grabs the miss. Dallas has gotten it going from downtown in the second quarter. They're 3 of 3 on 3-pointers. Robinson for 3. Another 3 for Dallas.
And look, this is a shot you can't give to Robinson because he loves shaking free from the corner.
And it's Johnson with the jam.
This guy is a high flyer. I mean, especially for a power forward, and he needs to be as an undersized player.
And a new group getting ready for Dallas. Lopez, he's checked in for Nurkic. Butler comes in for Collins. Thompson, he's checked in for Robinson. And it's Holiday in for Pippen. The Celtics also changing it up. Portis comes in for Naz Reid. And Hero subbed in for Johnson. Dan, you know, you think about Jimmy Butler, and you and I are fans of his game. Talk about a guy who calls it like he sees it, though. My goodness.
Yeah, that's an understatement. Look, Jimmy's never going to hold back. He'll call out his teammates. He'll call out opponents. He'll call out the referees. This guy acts with no fear.
Just don't call out the broadcasters, right? We want to stay out of his range.
And he would have no reason to.
Exactly. And now we've got some time to check in from the sideline. You got for us, DA?
Kevin, thanks. Last season, the NBA again set records for attendance. Overall, arenas were filled to 98% of capacity. Commissioner Adam Silver says we're in a great position. We almost can't fit more people in our arenas. Kevin, he made it clear the area for growth is in media and especially in mobile viewing.
David, you know this, directly to the fan. I mean, my goodness, all the different ways you can consume the game, it's beautiful. And we've got a timeout from Joe Mazzulla. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations. Patrick Beverly is checked in for the Celtics. With this stoppage in play, we have a chance now to show you which teams led the league in three-point percentage last year. The Celtics second.
Well, last season, what stood out about this team was their three-point shooting. They shot a very high percentage from distance.
Now, here's Strus. Scoreless thus far. And there's the call on Curry. That's his first foul. Mavericks on D. 17-point lead, their biggest. And that one's good. Beverly.
Well, with his size, Valanciunas can survey the whole floor and pick out those big openings to take advantage of.
Now here's Thompson. 6 points for him. The kick outside to Butler. The Rebound by the Celtics. Their last game, a win against San Antonio, looking to carry that into this one.
And really showed their depth when they needed it most. On the road, having to manufacture points.
And those are the games you need as a squad. Proving to yourself you can go win in a hostile environment.
Count it, good. Holiday's got his second basket.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
And a wide open look for Hero. Misses the three. Holiday the pass to Butler. 3 seconds left, and it's Butler with the jam.
It's those kind of passes that bring up the entire team's confidence.
Jimmy Butler has been on display for the Dallas Mavericks. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that. Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after this break.
Welcome. Clearly, the Butler did it. JB has his fingerprints all over this game. I like how aggressive he's been.
Well, that's his MO. He takes pride in bringing energy to the game. One of the most competitive guys.
And guys, let's take a moment to recognize the top performer for each squad. And that concludes half.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. We are seeing a tremendous game from Jimmy Butler.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Yeah, and in terms of slowing him down, I think they're going to have to change things up. Give him some different looks.
Starting off the second half, here's Joe Mazzulla's 5. Hero out there with ball. Then it's Max Strus. Then there's Bobby Portis. And it's Valanciunas in at the center, filling out the middle. Lopez with the ball. Picked up by Hero. Here's Butler. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. 16 points for Jimmy Butler.
And 10 of their last 12 coming off assists.
And there's the foul that goes on Jimmy Butler. That's foul number 2 for him. Ball against Howard. Ball no good. Mavericks leading by 19. Now here's Butler, and the layup's good off the glass. Butler's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Pass to Strus. To the paint. Here's Hero. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
Well, he brings the heat. Hero giving the people what they came to see.
Well, overall, they're the team getting the better looks here in this second half.
Yeah, they've looked really in sync after the break. Getting the shots they want and converting.
And we've got a timeout from Joe Mazzulla. He wants to regroup and go over the strategy. And a big part of perimeter defense, Greg, avoiding screens. What are some of the tricks of the trade in that regard?
Well, sometimes you have to get skinny. I mean, other times it's using your strength. A lot goes into it. Also, getting a cadence for the screener. It's one of the more challenging aspects of NBA defense.
Drives to the hoop. Oh, and the jam by Butler.
Yeah, and Butler leaving no doubt on that drive to the hole. What a play.
And the foul on Drew Holiday. And that'll be his third foul so far.
Second team foul.
Here's Ball. Rebound by Butler. Mavericks leading by 23. Curry dishes to Thompson. And that's out of bounds. Dallas will retain possession. And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. Curry with the bucket.
And you couldn't have scripted a better start to the half. They've hit every single shot since the break.
And many around the league believe Curry doesn't get enough fouls called in his favor. GA, what do you think?
There could be some truth to that. He gets held and grabbed more than anyone when running off screens, but especially blatant on drives to the rim.
Butler. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Curry's got his 4th assist in this one.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Here's Hero. Up and in on the layup. Hero's got his 2nd basket of the night.
Well, everyone views Hero as a shooter, but he is also a terrific finisher. Excellent coverage defensively, making it hard on him.
Taken away by Holiday. It's 2-on-1. Here's Butler, and slam dunk by Butler.
And his competitiveness showing through. That's an aggressive finish.
Yeah, and getting out in transition allows for some easy points before that defense is fully set.
Here's Hero. Offensive rebound. And it's Valanciunas finishing it off.
Well, at 6'11", 275, Valanciunas can really carve out space that way.
Robinson's checked in for Dallas. Naz Reid, he's checked in for the Celtics.
Substitution on the court.
The Mavericks have gone 9 of 10 on their attempts in the 3rd quarter. That is 90% from the field. What a roll they're on. It's good.
And I love when Lopez attacks like this, putting his size and long strides to great use there.
And Valanciunas kicks to Reid. Here's Strus. Up and in from the low block. Strus has got his 1st points in this one.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
Back to Lopez. Pass to Butler. And slam dunk by Butler.
Well, when Jimmy Butler is on, he is one of the scariest matchups in the league.
And the foul on Drew Holiday. That's his 4th foul of the contest. And some changes here for the Celtics. Johnson's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Dunn comes in for Max Strus. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Ball. Here's Dunn. It's rebounded by Dallas.
Yeah, there's really no excuse for missing that one. That's just a blown opportunity.
And Holiday, here we go.
Well, Butler might be the toughest guy in this league, fighting down low.
And he's got his 1st free throw of the game.
And when you shoot 86 from the line like he did last season, you usually cash in on those opportunities.
And so Butler nails both of them. Here's Beverley. Driving in. Yep, it counts. Beverley's got his 2nd basket of the game.
Well, that's easy pickings for him. Unless the defense is all over him, he'll take that all day long.
Robinson. It's hauled in by Dunn. And here's Dunn. He'll bring it up for Boston. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Dunn's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Well, it doesn't get any easier than this. They'll take these shots every time.
Outside Butler. Can't hit that one. Good D by Johnson. Hero from long range. No good on that one. And so it's the Dallas Mavericks finishing the quarter up by a whopping 24 points. From the field, they have been outstanding, amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. Back right after this. And we reach the 4th quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Here's Ball. So with Holiday sitting on the bench, here's the 5 for Jason Kidd right now. Pippen is out there with Rozier. Then it's Collins. Then it's Robinson. And it's Nurkic in at the center position.
Well, it's only his 2nd 3 of the night. If he's going to heat up, the 2nd half is a great time to do it.
And the basket by Rozier.
He's a competitor. Even amongst the trees, Rozier has such confidence in his ability to finish.
And the league limiting players from making public trade demands, which I guess makes sense. That's a big change from the past, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it saves franchises from being put in a tough spot. keeps a player's trade value high, which helps the team they're leading.
Aaron Holiday is checked in for Dallas. Mavericks leading by 23. Outside for Pippen. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Outside Holiday, and that's good. Robinson picking up the assist. Robinson's got 3 assists tonight. Boston's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Outside, Ball. There's the triple. And Pippen pulls it down.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Robinson finds Collins. Pippen for 3. Another 3 for Dallas.
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
Well, clearly the defense has had no answer for them. Might be time to try something different.
There's Ball with the 3. That's in, and he's 7 for 12 now in the game.
Well, he's playing great tonight, but not quite well enough to carry the entire team. They need to find some other contributors.
Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the fourth. And Ball slams it in.
And he can carry a team. We've seen it from Ball before, and we're seeing it again.
The kick out to Holiday. This one for 3. Buries the long-range jumper. Holiday's got 6 here in this quarter.
He is cold-blooded. Drops the dagger. Piles on to what was already a big lead.
And defensively, that kind of effort is just not going to cut it.
Dallas making a switch here. Curry's checked in, and a new group in for the Celtics. Valanciunas, who's checked in for Reed. Bobby Portis comes in for Keldon Johnson. Max Strus is checked in for Dunn. And Hero subbed in for Patrick Beverley. Dallas has gone 3 of 4 from downtown here in the fourth. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Nurkic has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Boston's gotten off 4 three-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. Ball, no good.
Well, I'm surprised that didn't fall for him. We know that's a shot he can hit, and there wasn't much resistance either.
From deep, Collins. And Boston with the rebound.
2 minutes.
Strus with it. He's picked up by Pippen. Strus passes to Valanciunas. And the dunk by Valanciunas.
Clear ability to take over a game. Valanciunas doing just that.
Fires the 3. Shot by Collins, no good. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Duncan Robinson. That is his first foul of the game. Rozier, he's checked in for Curry. The Celtics have gone 4 of 8 in this fourth quarter, shooting at even 50% from the field. Kept alive. No good from Valanciunas. Dallas has gone 4 of 7 with the long ball here in the fourth quarter. Rozier for 3. Rebounded by the Celtics. Valanciunas has got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Mavericks.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And so with this, they'll end up with their second win on the year.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of 2 that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, and I loved his attitude tonight. He really had that scorer's mentality. Absolutely no one to stop him.
Taking no chances. They go on. One last run to seal the deal.
Yeah, this run has poured a bucket of water on any ember of a potential comeback.
Count it.
And we've come to expect big things from LaMelo offensively. He loves to attack you on that end.
6-second difference between the shot and game clock. Robinson, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
Impressive job by the players, coaches, and don't discount the impact of these fans.
No, I'd be lying if I said the crowd doesn't have an impact. It's certainly felt from the head coach all the way down.
And this is why coaches talk about playing with pace. The scoreboard tells it all.
Yeah, they have made the most of their transition chances.
And here is Ball. So we see the Mavericks taking the win here. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that, David, thank you as always. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now.